Don't get scared. Look at that. If it was on my skin, I could be Harry Potter, and that's my lightning strike. That's what it is. Okay. Enough fooling around, kids. Pay attention. Hey, Hans, how are y'all doing? I'm feeling pretty good today. I had my, let's angle this like that. There you go. I had my treatment yesterday, so that meant I spent about 5.5 hours just in my recliner being waited on. Bo brought me water and some food. Carol Beth made me lunch. A wonderful bologna sandwich and a bag of chips and I think some grapes. Then, yeah, FATMAN got me. Anywho, they all took great care of me. They usually do on treatment day because I can't move. The pump will be here and it goes here and I'd have to hold that and hold this and roll. So, and it's very cumbersome. That's the word my infusion nurse used. So, and that's about right. Between the concrete floors being uneven because they're concrete, yeah, it's a thing. But after tax time, we're praying that we'll be able to remedy that. Man, we got high hopes for that tax return, don't we? We always do, and then something's going to come up. You watch and see. Somebody's going to need tires. Something's going to happen. I mean, I can go ahead and tell you, 32 years of marriage, I can't ever think of one time that something didn't happen like after we got that money. Yep. So we have learned. Hold on to it for a while. Don't do nothing yet because something's going to happen. Anywho, hey, Hunch, how you doing? How's your mama and them? I am Big Mama for our new ones. And if you like what you see, and even if you don't, hit that like button. And subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you. We do cook with me's, we do grocery hauls, we do day in the life. It's been a hot minute since I've done a day in the life because between shoulder surgery, Alice Marie kept thinking I was saying soldier surgery. She's like, well, where's the soldier? And I'm like, what? I said, right here. And she's like, no, where's the soldier? You know, he's got his gun. And I'm like, no, baby, see, I'm not going to be able to say it now. Not soldier, shoulder. And I just, yeah, I've still got quirky speech. They gave me a pamphlet, post-COVID neurology, of things that are just going to kind of be there. It's got questions and then answers. And a lot of my questions are in this pamphlet. I was trying to see, she told me the doctor that had come up with this. Yeah. Shortui. I'm not even going to try. That person has come up with it. And it's neurological complications with post-COVID syndrome. I'm here for you. Oh. And it talks about, like, how can memory loss and confusion be addressed or slowed? That was my fear because it seemed like I was getting worse on certain things than better. And a while back, I did another cognitive test, and it was lower than my first one. And I'm like, oh, sweet heavens, if I get Alzheimer's, he's going to put me in the home, and there I'll be. And, yeah, that wouldn't be. Sorry, I'm trying to let my hair dry. Yeah, that wouldn't be kosher for me. I'd be away from my baby girl. Even if I have Alzheimer's and don't understand, I honestly believe I would still know who she was. I might be confused about some things, but in my heart and in my mind, I would love to believe that I would know her and FATMAN. Yeah, that's just a given. And when we all get to heaven, we're all going to know everybody, right? I'm going to kind of cheer up a little bit because that's just sad. And we don't do sad too much on this channel. It will be addressed on occasion. Oh, I think I showed y'all that. I'm trying to go around and think of things that I can do Christmas-wise to kind of get the ball rolling on decorating. In my... Where'd it go? I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs at this point. Oh, I need water. That's what it is. Oh, there it was. My big butt was on it. I kid you not. Now, should I be concerned that I was sitting on this with one part of my bottom, and I did not notice, like, the difference? I honestly did not know it was there. When I stood up, it fell. So anywho, I hate to say, and I'm coming to the end of my, what is this one? Carp Diem. I'm coming to the end of the year with my Carp Diem A5. I want to say it was called the Brush Strokes. Yeah, I think it's the Brush Strokes. This has been with me through many a year and many a season. You know, I was in the, I don't even think I have it in here. I think it's in the office. I was in, and I've done changed subjects. I'm going to have to start writing crap down. Or y'all going to have to remind me. Or just come along for the ride. Yeah. Hey, hon. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, if you like what you see, subscribe. There you go. That's it. And I have been crazy the last few days. Don't know why. Carol Beth said it was because I needed my go-go juice. And Bo agreed. He said after you had it, you're kind of sluggish for the next few days. And I've noticed that. Today, I am just... I'm trying. I'm trying. I finally forced myself to get up out of this chair and get dressed, do the things, and start thinking about my morning. And I was like, well, I want to do our Christmas duvet. I want to do like our bedroom, but I've got cooking that I want to do. I want to do our little leftover, but it's the first time I've made it, Thanksgiving dinner meal. I'm going to do a dressing. I'm going to do a green bean casserole. I'm going to do a sweet potato casserole. We've got that rotisserie chicken already in there. Yeah, and I've got some brown and serve rolls. We have done plowed through the pumpkin pie. There's not pumpkin. We've done plowed through the pecan pie. Yeah, I told Bo I do not think that it's a normal staple that they have year-round. I think it's a seasonal item. And so I think what I'm going to do is closer to Christmas, I'll buy maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those suckers, put them in the freezer. By then, one of these freezers should be down some, and I can get them pies in there, you know what I mean? Anywho, that's later. We're talking about today or the week. But yeah, I wanted to write a little list of, I want to have the duvet on. I need to do that. I need to do the cooking. And I need to pick up some during the course of the next few days. Our sweet friend, Anita, I know y'all have heard me talk about her. She has come by many a time. We're sisters. We're Selbrook sisters. Of course, she just lived few houses up. I'm sorry, my lips are doing their thing. But Bo has been working some on a rental house they have. And so it's worked out where I told him, I said, I just can't. And I noticed when Maddie came, when we had Carol Beth's birthday, Maddie spent the first hour she was here just picking up. And you could not believe the difference. I mean, I'm used to seeing this crap out. I mean, you know, I done got oblivious to it. But when she cleaned it all up, it was like, man, this looks different. It looks good. And I'm like, where did you put it all? Well, I put those things under there. I just stacked them. I didn't even think about that. And I told Patman, I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the saying my grandmother used to do. I would if I could, but if I can't, then I won't. Come here, baby.
Hiya.
Hiya, pal. She's usually a hiya, pal. So we're going to get her. Can you come say hi? And thank you for, what was it you got the other day?
What?
I don't know. She don't know. Say thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. That'll just kind of cover our bases in case. Oh, she got the cat. I know y'all hate me moving this thing around. Okay.
Say hi to.
Oh, them eyes. Don't let him scratch you. Oh, that was alert number 1. Okay, I gotta get y'all out of that window. Anywho, to get back to my point, I'm gonna go ahead and do it instead of talking about doing it, because there you go. Right, Carol Beth?
No.
Yeah, it's that window. I used to, during the summer, I would have that tablecloth draped over it. But now that it's cool, you can feel some cool air coming from that window. And my chair's right here. So, we're careful about what we do over there. I need to, hey, I wonder if I put like one of the blankets up there, if that would keep the cold air out. Say, I hadn't thought about that, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try. Alright, anywho, this week is about like all the other weeks. I've got things I've got to do, like every day. It's sad. Tomorrow I have physical therapy at 10. I've got the orthopedic at 1. Friday I have psych therapy at 10:20, but I have to be there at 9:30. Or they will charge you if you're 6 seconds late. Wednesday I have a telehealth appointment, and Anita is going to come clean our house. Praise you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. And I'm going to tell Bo, you know, if it turns out great, I might take a little money here and there during the course of the month and have her come and clean at least once a month. I can't afford no more than that. So maybe once a month I could scrape up enough. I don't know, because something's always coming up. I know y'all know the feels. Anywho, Thursday, and buy Christmas cards and watch Christmas movies. We got to do that. Thursday, we're going to decorate the house outside, probably. Maybe inside, I don't know just yet. And Christmas lights, we're going to do those. Friday is just family night. We're just going to watch our WWE. Right, Carol Beth?
Yep.
Watch our wrestling and eat our pizza. And then Saturday, we are actually going to go to the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints the Mormon tabernacle, well, not the tabernacle, but the Mormon church. And we have visited the Mormon tabernacle in Birmingham. Me and Bo did. We could not go in, but we walked the gardens, we walked the trails. It was absolutely beautiful and so peaceful. I mean, just, and I thought he was going to get itchy and ready to go, because usually he's one time around, he's done, he's gone. But he was even stopping. He even stopped before I did and sat on one of the benches. And all four sides, it was kind of like a square, maybe more of like a rectangle. But each side had benches and it faced the flowers. Or sometimes you would have the flowers out there and the benches close to the church. Anyhow, at one it had the waterfall. It was the front of the church. Had a waterfall and flowers. And honestly, you could just sit there and be totally, completely quiet. And you could just feel the peace and the presence of Jesus. I'm not kidding you. I can't explain it. That was one of the closest times. I mean, I've had times even here in the house where I truly felt the hand of God on me. Yeah. And that was one of those times. And even Bo was, I was getting ready to say something about, isn't this nice, or isn't this beautiful? And he goes, so, and he had never, he was usually always, hush. But he just went, and so I did. I hushed my fire hole. I ain't never seen him do that in his skirt. Alright, quit talking about things and we're going to go do them. But, oh, I was telling you, the Mormon church on Carter Hill Road, they haven't done it the past few years because of COVID. Yeah, We used to always, well, we've done it for, what, 3 years?
I think that we only did one.
We only did it once?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was about 3 years. Anywho, maybe Carol's going to tell you more about it. But it's going to be from 1 to 8. You can just go at any time they're open. You can take your time looking. There's no one to, like, push the religion on you. They're basically just asking, do you want to know about this nativity? Or if you want to know more about one, you can go get one of the volunteers. And it was wonderful. They had nativities, I kid you not, from all over the world. They had a lot of Korean ones because we have the Hyundai plant here. And so a lot of the executives are Koreans. Anywho, oh, that itches. What was I going to say? Oh, some of them are from Nigeria, the little, nativities. I will never forget one, and I want to say it was from Vietnam. And it looked like a nut. To me, it looked like a walnut. I forgot what she said it was. But picture a walnut, because it was essentially that. They'd done it in half. They'd gotten the meat, or what you eat, the nut part, out without getting that little, how it has that little flap, almost like paper, in between the two. And it's going to stick to one side or the other. Well, they took the side that it stuck to, and how they did it, I don't know. We never could figure that one out. Even the lady showing, we still hadn't figured that out. So, anywho, they took, and that little flap, that little flimsy little flap on that walnut, someone had actually carved the entire nativity scene. You had the little manger, you had the little people, you had Jesus in the cradle, you had Mary, you had Joseph. I'm watching my cat, he's up to something. But it was absolutely amazing. I'm trying to think about some other ones. There were some from Africa that were made with mud or clay, and they let it dry, and then they would take and color it with different, like berries, anything they find in nature. Or one was even made out of recycled materials. They had a couple from America like that too. The Americans were more ceramic or even just like factory made, but they were like from the 30s, so, you know, it fit in. But it was amazing how the different countries thought this is how it looked. No, this is how it looked. This is how, and all of them had some similarities. You know, there was Mary, Joseph, and the baby, constant in awe. But they were dressed according to their culture, their hair according to their culture. It was just amazing to see what they thought, you know, they would look like. We assume they look like us, so we accept the fact when we see a nativity and they're, you know, all kind of like us. Yes, that's them. When they see a nativity, they picture them, you know, of their culture. They're dressed the way they are. And it's just amazing to see the differences. Yeah. Enough of my spiel about that. But that's what we're going to be doing Saturday. And I'm going to find out, I'm going to take y'all alone. But y'all coming with us. I've done learned, if I get stuck on a word, just forget it altogether. Find another way of saying it. So, and I'm back on gabapentin. I know that's one of the ones that was making me where my speech was off. Sometimes my balance would get off, but it's one of the few things that I can take that helps with the pain. I don't like taking it. I don't like the way it makes me feel cloudy-headed, but if it's going to help some of the pain, then yes, I'll take it. And I'll just be Crazy Clarice. Well, I don't like that name. Crazy, please don't say Carolyn. And so Bo's like, well, Carol Beth is Carolyn Elizabeth. I'm like, yeah, but that was different. His sister is Carolyn Elizabeth. So I like to think that we may name Carol Beth after her. Anywho, we need to get the list making. I'll get my list going and I'll be back. Okay, hey Hunts, I've got an issue with my battery. I'm looking for my other one. I can't find my cord anywhere. Wait. Yeah, no, I can't find my cord anywhere. And, let's see, she's got a hush. She keeps talking to me. she's, get closer to the mic. And I'm like, I don't want to get closer to the mic. I just want to hear some Christmas tunes. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, I tried a trick. This onion, it must have been the sister to the other onion that I cut the other day. Because woo hannies, the one I cut the other day, I think I still have tears from. You know what I mean? I started cutting this one, and I'm like, oh no, I ain't doing this whole onion playing this game. So what I did, I need to get my knife back out because I didn't realize I didn't do the half. Take something wooden. I've heard this on the internet. I've heard this like YouTube, just Google, TikTok, Instagram. I've heard this over and over. Get something wooden and put in your mouth and leave it there for the entire time you cut the onion. And let me tell you, hold on, let me get, okay, she had to go. Anywho, I started cutting that one. Like I said, I could tell I needed something. Put this in my pie hole. Do you know how hard it was? Not with my dentures. I held on to it like a cat with a rat. I tell you what. It wasn't that it was falling out. I had a good hang on it. You know what I mean? My eyes dripped one time. Other than that, we were good. I thought I was going to start. I really did. But only thing is, you can't run your pie hole. That was my only complaint. If I could do this and talk at the same time, could you imagine? Just imagine. Hey, hon, how you doing? I did it! Oh my gosh. I'm talented. Yeah, I can talk with you then. Can you understand me? Ooh, it's them like P's and T's I gotta be careful of. But yeah, I'm going to get cutting this other half of onion. Got all my celery cut that I'm going to need. You saw me, I had to go to the other fridge to get the other pack of celery. That one that was real yellow, it was like the center section. And it had been in this one for a hot minute. So I was going to try. What I'm going to do is cut it up, put it in the freezer. When I get desperate, or at the end of the month, when I'm making what's called soup, we've had many different names for what's called soup. If I do it on a skillet, it's called stir fry or succotash. Yeah. But, yeah, that's where you just take all your little bits of this, that, and the other, mix them together, put it on rice. They think you've done great. Did it all the time when they were little. And I want you to know, Brian has brought up, Mama, how come you don't make stir fry no more? And I'm like, well, I do. I did like the beef and broccoli, and I did the chicken fried rice. He's like, no, like you did when we were kids. And I'm like, he said it had all kinds of stuff, and it was never the same way twice. And it hit me. He was talking about stir fry, poor folks stir fry from back in the day. And I'm like, well, you know, I haven't had the need to really do poor folks stir fry. But now that the economy is the way it is, you know, everything's gone up, but incomes have not. There you go, I got it out. Yeah. Bo supposedly got a raise. All it did was throw him to the next tax bracket. Out of his little raise, I think we see maybe 5 cents. Woohoo! Get out the party kit. It's going to be going down. 5 cents a pay period. Not per hour. Per pay period. So every 2 weeks, FATMAN makes an extra nickel. I'm so proud. Come on, City. We're starting here. We're going to have to make poor folks stir fry. No, seriously, I do need to get me a Tupperware container. Try it. You will love it. You can either stir fry, just get you a skillet, put it in there, start warming it up, put maybe just a little bit of oil or a pat or two of butter, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce. You need some kind of liquid. And like if you're throwing extra, like if you had extra beef that week, even hamburger meat and steak or roast, you can mix them. Ain't nobody got no rules or regulations on what you can do with poor man's stir fry or soup. If you're doing the stir fry, do it in a skillet. Make sure you've got enough liquid or oil. I prefer adding liquid. Like if I've got beef in it, I can do beef bouillon or beef gravy. If I've got chicken, I can do chicken bouillon or, you know, chicken broth, whatever. And just stir it up. Now if you want soup, put it in a large pot. Add, like if it's chicken, add your chicken broth. Maybe 2 cups worth. Yeah. And then you can add noodles to it while it's cooking. It'll cook them noodles. Yes, ma'am, it will. I've thrown cooked rice in it before. That's good. Just take you some whatever, like if you had excess rice during the week, I know for us, I'll make rice to go with like a side for a meal. Now sometimes Carol Beth and Fat Man will clean that rice up. If I do it with the chicken broth, and that's how I cook my rice, honey, they'll tear that rice up. So I have been known while I'm making my rice, I'll make a little bit extra. And I'll go ahead and take it out of the batch to save. Because I know at the end of the week, I'm going to have to make, either put it in the freezer to do it. I'm procrastinating. I really need to be getting to distressing. Oh, honeys. But, yeah, do soup. Add a can of tomato juice or ketchup or whatever. Diced tomatoes, tomato sauce. Anything to add that liquid, and you're going to have soup. And remember to add your pasta. Yeah, don't try for like big pastas. Do maybe like angel hair or small peony or small shells. This is what I added. If you saw my soup from before, and if you want to add marinara sauce for your tomato, if you want to add marinara sauce for your tomato juice or ketchup and some water, hey, whatever you have in your pantry, do for your family. Don't think you got to go out and buy something. Look around you. What do you have that's tomatoey that you maybe could add some water or liquid with? And boom, there you go. This is what I did last time I did the soup. I did the ABCs. There goes my hand. And everybody loved the ABCs. It was delicious. I mean, I put diced tomatoes in it. I did a tomato soup. Not a tomato soup. Tomato sauce. Excuse me. Tomato sauce. And I just did a bunch of chicken bouillon. And I added all that. And I threw some of this in there. And I threw some rice in there, and boom, we had hamburger vegetable ABC soup. That mouthful. And if you have hamburger left from taco night, throw that in there. Yes, ma'am. Don't you waste that. Either put it in your freezer or use it. I'm just saying. Alright, let me get back to these onions. I've procrastinated enough. and made. And in the pot, I'm trying to get my hair away. Lucille Ball here. I never had an I Love Lucy moment, I tell you what. Oh, girl. I had eggs in my hands, and oh, girl, it was almost a thing. It could have been in the paper. The picture it. That's what Carol Beth says I always need to start out with, because I remind her of Sophia. So there you go. Anywho, I had a recipe. Well, I had my grandmother's recipe. She never really wrote it down. I just kind of remembered stuff that she put in it. I'm so glad I watched her every time she made it. We loved it. We couldn't wait for it to set up. She would have to spoon off a little corner. She would usually do that if it was going somewhere. She'd take off a little corner and taste it and make sure it tasted good. Make sure it didn't need salt. It didn't need pepper. It was okay. It wasn't too dense. Oh yeah. But this is about the consistency hers was. I mean, you can see once you start kind of fiddling around with it, see how liquidy, but it's also kind of solid. I mean, the liquid isn't draining through, but you know it's there. I mean, I had a slotted spoon. But see how that broth? I wound up using 3 bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon, and 3 cups of water. I just popped it in the microwave for 3 minutes. 3. Popped it in the microwave for about 3 minutes and smushed it up with my spoon. Let it kind of cool off. I even put three ice cubes in it. I kept with the 3. I don't know why. Let it cool off. I stirred it around. I started slowly adding it to my cornbread and celery and onion. I just kind of kept stirring it in slowly because I didn't want to put my broken eggs up in there. I did 3 eggs. The recipe I was kind of going by said 2 eggs. I used 3 because it just didn't look like enough eggs. I can remember my grandmother's. I didn't want to get steer too far from this recipe that I was using, but I can remember hers used a dozen eggs. Like seriously. And a ton of chicken broth. I don't know if she was making for a crew. I do know that our uncle and his family would always stop through until his mother-in-law passed away. So they didn't go down to Mobile anymore. So we didn't see him after that. I don't know what Carolyn did, but I'm sure it was something. Anywho, this looks good. That recipe called for cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup. And I got to thinking, okay, I'll get the cans out and see. I actually, even though I had cream of mushroom, I got out a can of cream of chicken and a can of cream of celery. And I figured with the celery in there, it would kind of, you know, go together, okay? And then I got to looking at it, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to add that. My grandmother never added cream of soup. I mean, she just never added it. So I steered that way more toward my grandmother's recipe. So this is a combination of Southern living and my grandmother. So there you go. But that's what it's looking like. I used to always question, well, what does it look like? Is it liquidy enough? Is it solid enough? What's going on? And you just gotta have to know. I'm like, what do you mean I have to know? And she's like, you'll know. I'm like, what do you mean I'll know? I have no clue. But now I know what they're talking about, because over the years, I had made some, like I said, that was too solid or dense. I had made some that was so soupy you could have swam in it. I mean, you know, I've learned over the years. I think my oven has preheated. I always put my little pans like that on a cookie sheet. Alright, now what kind of trouble can we get into? Because we already got that in. It will take about 45 minutes. So, hey Google, I want one of those nest things. the Hey Google thing, but I had no clue how it would work. I don't even know if it would work. Now I forgot what I was going to ask her. I seriously forgot what I was going to ask. I was going to ask her a question. Oh. Well, let me go back to my recipe. Oh, I've done let it go. Yeah, Carol Beth sent me a duvet cover she wants. We got to she has not had new bedding in a hot minute. Okay. So, like a soft comforter duvet cover, queen size. Y'all, look at this. It is Johnson's. Is that not the cutest thing? There goes my hand. Isn't that cute? I'm going to add it to her wish list. And if you would like, or if you haven't already, you can go to our Amazon page, and Carol Beth has the list there. So, I am still working on thank you cards and Christmas cards. It'll get done. And this week's going to be like every week in November. Something every day. In fact, even Wednesday, I don't leave the house, but I have a telehealth that's going to take a while. It's just a thing. That's when Anita will come and clean my house. I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait. And I might be able... I've got these poinsettias just sitting in water. I think they're good. They had gotten droopy. Alright, what makes a poinsettia start turning yellow? It's not a joke. It's an actual question. I know it sounded like, what did the priest say when he went into... I had it referenced more like a joke, didn't I? Why do their leaves turn yellow? I need to know because it's happening. Oh, I had a bunch of dead ones down at the bottom. So I need to know what I need to do. Okay, I got that going. Alright, now I feel like I need to clean up and then make another mess. But part of me is like that. The other part is you've got a big mess. Go ahead and keep going. Don't worry about cleaning up now because you're just going to turn around and make another mess. So we're going to go on that theory. We are going to make our... hold on. I hate pop-up messages. Leave me alone. My laptop is even worse. I'll be trying to edit a video and I'll ding over on the side and it won't let me do anything until I click it off. And if you don't click the right button the right way or whatever, you're going to get their ad. It's going to pull up. Yeah. Oh, hey Google. She's not wanting to play. But I'm not playing, I'm asking a serious question. Hey Google, how long do you have to cook cornbread dressing? I did not know. Dad burn it. A Southern Bite, Stacy Little, he literally lives right down the street, has a Southern cornbread. Southern cornbread dressing. I did not know he had one. Dad burn it, Stacy. I'm going to add it. I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to add it to favorites. I'm trying to remember how to do that. I think you just click the little fat flag, and it said added to favorites. So, yay! But I've done made mine now, but... Oh, and yeah, he did the sweet tater casserole like I'm going to do. She wants no nuts. I'm not going to put nuts on it. She wouldn't eat it. So let's see if he's got... And then he even gives an easy cornbread recipe. That's his cornbread recipe. I might have to go to his homepage and look up sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole. I'm just saying. Right down the street, you gotta love him. You got to love him. If y'all don't know, and this is not sponsored in any kind of way. Hey, Stacy. I love you, hon. But go to it's just southernbite.com. I think it's started. Yeah, southernbite.com. And it will take you directly to his website. He's married, got lovely children. Yeah. So, oh crap. I wished I would have known he had that. But his is even calling for cream of celery, cream of chicken soup. Why, Stacy? Why? Broth, onion, salt, and black pepper. He didn't put celery in it. You gotta have celery in dressing. Alright, Stacy, we're gonna have a little talk. I'm concerned about you if you don't put celery in your dressing, hon. I'm just saying, yeah, we need to speak. Love you, though. You just need to learn to put celery in your dressing, darling. He's too young to know. Alright, I need to move on. We need to find, and I have one. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, I got it. My crazy butt. Oh, and I looked all over creation looking for my charging cord. I found it. Somebody, I think probably Maddie, put it in our odd drawer, like our junk drawer, and that's where it was. She was putting things, hiding things actually, so it would look neat. She said that's the secret to, if company comes over, or you know they're coming, if you know they're coming, just start hiding crap. She's got a laundry basket. Throw it in that, hide it. We're good. We'll organize it and sort through it later. And I'm like, I gotta remember that. I don't keep me in a laundry basket near the door. So, what did it say about time? I was too busy to pay attention. I was upset about that celery. That's what that was. I don't remember what time it said. I was so upset about that celery. I'm going to have to message him, y'all. I'm just saying. Let me find my green bean casserole. We're going to make that, and we're going to go from there. I am going to have my sweet taters. I can do my sweet taters while my green bean, because they go in the oven. I have to really think about it and time it out. The microwave cannot be on if the air fryer or the mixer or the coffee maker are on. You can't turn the dishwasher on and the microwave. You can't turn the dishwasher and the air fryer on. Anything with a three-prong plug. That's fancy, huh? Yeah. If your cord is like that, you know, three-prong, this is to my mixer, three-prong plug. If it's like that, you can only have one of those plugged in at a time. If you have more than one, it's going to trip the breaker. You just go in there and flip it back, but remember to unplug whatever you had like double of, because if you don't unplug it before you go trip the breaker, you trip the breaker, it's just going to trip it again. So make sure to unplug it before you go trip it. Y'all get all that? I'm as confused as a bunny at a hound dog convention. I'll be back. Okay, kiddos, I've got my dressing in the oven. It is looking good. I checked it when I put my green bean casserole in the oven. I worked on it, pulled it together while I had my sweet potatoes in the microwave. I'm trying to, you know, I can do this while that's cooking. I can do this while I'm waiting on that. That kind of theory. The green bean casserole, I didn't really show me making it. I'm sure everybody knows or has their version, or, you know, you do what you do. I use the actual, this is Aldi's brand, and they had a recipe on the back, and it's just your basic green bean casserole. Your green beans, your can of mushroom soup, 3/4 cups of milk, and then the French fried onion things. And then it tells you how to do it. Just combine everything. Now, usually recipes will tell you take some of these and mix them with it. And then when it's done, pull it out, put more on top, and then put it back in the oven. I've always done it that way. This recipe did not call for putting it in and stirring it. So I wanted to try and see, is it truly better with it just on top, or is it better with it mixed in? So I'm gonna, because I know what it tastes like. So we're going to say product of Holland. Did y'all know that? Now, you ain't never heard nothing bad from Holland. Come on now. Nein, spickety Deutsch. It's packed in the USA, though. What? Anywho. Made with real onions, no artificial flavors, no GMO. Project verified. They're fried onions. I was going to say on the milk. I have done this. All my recipes that I had, my things have changed over the years. I cannot find my very first original one that I did. Can't find it. Don't know where it is. And I kind of incorporated different things throughout the years. This did not call for Worcestershire or soy sauce. I prefer it with Worcestershire. So I got my bottle out and I poured some of that in. It was not on here, but I knew my recipe called for it. So I sprinkled some of that in there. So I did change it up just a tweak. Yeah. Oh, when you get to the milk, and I've always used evaporated milk. If you haven't ever tried evaporated milk in like your creamy casseroles, macaroni and cheese, it will make you change your life. I'm just saying. Get you some evaporated milk. I would show you a can. I'm not going to dig through the trash. I actually used my last can. So, yeah, I'm antsy about, I got to get me some more. And I gave FATMAN the school of this evaporated milk. That's what you use this for. This is condensed milk. That's what you use that for. Sweetened condensed milk is exactly what it says. Sweetened. It's got CARLOW syrup in it, and that's what gives it the thick, syrupy-like texture, flow, or whatever you want to call it. Evaporated milk, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Pet milk, Pet was just the brand. Isn't it evaporated milk? Yeah, because you've got Carnation, you've got your store brand. You got Borden. Doesn't Borden do evaporated? I know they do a sweetened condensed. Great Value does evaporated and sweetened condensed. I think. I know Aldi has their evaporated and sweetened condensed. Well, yeah, they'll come out with my sweetened condensed I got from Walmart. I did a mail order, and I just ordered up all my baking stuff last year, and so I still have sweetened condensed milk from last year. It's gonna be great. It's gonna work. Yeah. Anywho, I'm waiting for my, now that you're getting schooled, oh, evaporated milk you're going to use for like casseroles, any kind of creamy casserole. If it calls for milk, add evaporated milk and you will, I'm telling you, it'll change your life. You got to shake it up real good though, because a lot of the milk product is at the bottom. If you're even in a pinch, you can take evaporated milk. You can take evaporated milk, dilute it down. You just take and pour it off like in a jug or a pitcher or whatever you've got. Not a picture, but a pitcher. A pitcher, not a picture. Anywho, pour it off in there and add maybe 3/4 of a can. You can actually even go a can, but usually 3/4 of a can. Stir it up and you can give it to your kiddos. It works. Many a time we'd run out and I would get evaporated milk out and I would just tell them, we're having a special night. I'll get your milk out of the pitcher. And finally Brian was old enough, he noticed. I think he saw me. You doing that again? You really need to go to the store, Mama. He knew I only did it if we have run out of milk, which was very common. Yeah. I'm going to take a gander at this. I don't know how much time I got left on my timers. I'm waiting on those sweet potatoes to cool down, like for real. Okay, my dressing only has 2 minutes and 9 seconds. My other one, if I can find it, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. So I need to get on the ball. But really and truly, I can't put that sweet potato casserole in until these come out. So, let's go ahead and try to get it assembled. Like I said, it's just so hot. I finally took them off the plates that I did in the microwave. Hold on. Yeah, and I was just going to clean up when I'm totally done. But do you want to see the chaos? That is the chaos of my kitchen. Yeah, my shelves need reorganizing. I bought all those canned goods, and there they sit in the dining room under the metal island or table or whatever you want to call it. There they sit. I cannot get enough, I tell you. Ice water. Coming out of the refrigerator, best invention ever made. It tastes different. I promise you, that is totally different taste than getting it out of that tap. I'm trying to look at my dressing and see, because it says 30 seconds. I'm going to add like maybe 3 minutes. Let's go 5. Let's go 5 minutes. Because it still looks a little soupy on top. And I really want a brown, not burnt brown, but a light brown, like crust on top. I'm so excited to try that. I have not had dressing in a heartbeat. You hear me? I mean, it's been a long time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I don't make it more. Who says you can't have it on other days other than Thanksgiving? Come on now. I can have it anytime I will please. I had to, yeah. But it's true. Why do we only think we could have these meals, these casseroles, these, you know, special things just on Thanksgiving? I mean, why can't we have it one Sunday? I mean, you know, get it all done on Saturday, heat the crap up on Sunday. There's a nice Sunday dinner. You know, have your family come over just because. Just because day. Why not? Right, let me check this. I'm going to stand back a little bit. It's getting that brown on top. I don't even think we're going to have to go the full 3 minutes. I'm anxious. Alright, right now I'm going to check my taters. They are still, some of them are still really hot. Others, and I meant to check them and see if they're done. That one might need, that one definitely need. And that one. I've got a few I might have to put back. Or what I might do is just pop them in the oven and let them kind of do, well no, that'd take too long. I guess I could pop them in the oven. Pop them back in the microwave. Lord have mercy. I'm crazier than the day is long, y'all. Yeah, that one needs to be, I know I felt that one. And this one's good. This one needs doing. That one needs doing.
First time moving in at least a couple years.
That one's okay. That one's hard as rock.
Brakes are good and seized, I'm sure.
That one's okay. Oh, I had to tell y'all about sweet potatoes here in a minute. I'm going to go stick these in the microwave. I wish I would have checked them sooner. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm sorry I didn't check my potatoes like when I took them out. I should have checked them then to see if they were done. They could have been cooking while I'm combining or doing or whatever. At this point, I don't know what I'm doing. Look at that dressing. And look, it's pulled away from the sides. So that's a good indication. I'm going to get it a little bit closer to the camera. There we go. Now we're still crooked. I don't know what to do about that yet. Let's see. No, it's not that. I don't know what to adjust. Everything's tight. There you go. But I'm going to get a fork. Oh, I almost fell forward. Okay. And I can remember my grandmother doing this. Okay, it feels like dents. It's not sticking. See how I'm stabbing it and nothing comes back up? If it came back up, almost like checking a cake. If you come up with crumbs or whatever, no matter what recipe you're using, if you come up and it looks like an undone cake, put it back in the oven. Just add maybe 5 more minutes. I knew that my top wasn't brown, and so I added 5 more minutes. And I was doubtful about that, but I went to our room and got piddling around. I forgot to take my morning meds, so we got to do that. But I am going to take just my grandmother, and she could do this where you couldn't tell it. She would go up underneath, take some, and then pull the top back over so you couldn't tell. I've never been able to do that. You'll always say a little, like I said, just take a little bit out. So you can't even hardly notice that. I mean, you would really have to pay attention to see that. Put your spoon there. Stick a spoon, you know, your serving spoon, you always add. So kind of stick it where that would be, you know, mixed in where the spoon is. Oh, honey, I can get you out of trouble. I just want to try it. You want to kind of taste it. Make sure that it doesn't have too much salt. If you got too much salt, I don't know what to tell you to do. I made some pork chops. Hon, what was it I made that time that it was so spicy with pepper? Was it pork chops or chicken?
Chicken.
I think it was chicken. And honey, I went happy with that pepper. And we got ready to eat it, and oh my Lord. Whoa. And poor Carol Beth, can I have something else? I'm like, you sure can. I might get me something too. I'm trying to let it, I know not to put it in my pie hole right now. It'll melt my dentures, y'all. Hot. Mmm. Mmm. Hold on. Oh my Lord. Those flavors, it's got enough salt. Y'all saw I only put a little bit in, but my cornmeal was salted. Oh my Lord, that is good. I want to say that's one of my better ones. What kind of granny thing did I do? Oh, that's sweet potato casserole. I just kind of went by this Southern Living crock pot dressing. I was trying to see if I can leave a link down below, but I basically did it like hers, but I did not saute my onion and my celery. I put it in there raw. My grandmama always put it in there raw. I put it in there raw. I made my cornbread Sunday night, Monday night. I want to say it was Sunday night. And I've just had it up here on the counter. And Carol Beth, that's why I showed you how much had been taken out. I had a little piece with real butter on it. Oh my stars and goddess. And y'all made a comment. Okay, that's letting me know my green bean casserole and stuff. But a lot of y'all were, I'd come get that cornbread, and I'm like, come on. Somebody, who was it? I made a note back to her this morning, said that I'll have to look it up. Let's see. Well, I thought it would be on this one. No. Oh, sweetie, I know. I know. I'm trying to see. Maybe it was a comment on the actual YouTube page, which I can get to that. Okay. I was looking for comments. I am so sorry, y'all. To Phyllis, I'm so sorry you had to do that with Rosie. She had a cat, Rosie, and she had to have the poor cat put down. Yeah, thank you for the thoughts and prayers that we make the right decision. Patsy Helms. Yes, I think we've made the decision. Patsy was talking about it's going to be hard, but don't let her suffer. And that's the point that we're at. Beef Sutton, thank you. Thank you. I know you truly know how it feels. Yeah, my cornbread turned out great. I'm trying to remember what what recipe did I use. I don't remember. But that was the best cornbread I ever pulled out my oven. I'm just saying. Oh, I need to quit running my pie hole long enough to get my green bean casserole out and put his little doodads on. Now that don't look right to me, y'all. It ain't. Look at how juicy that is. How long does it say? Oh, it's telling you to cook it in the. Now that's dressing. Alright, it was this one. How long are you supposed to cook it after you add these? 5 minutes. That ain't gonna be done in 5 minutes. Girlfriend, we gonna put this back in the oven. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna take longer than 5 minutes. Let me come back and try some of this dressing. I didn't get a big enough piece to make sure that it's safe. Oh, I was talking about the cornbread. Me and Carol Beth, I had that one sliced with butter, and then she come through, Mom, can I have a piece of cornbread? I'm like, sure, Carol Beth, go ahead. So she had a piece. Okay. I forgot where I left off, but I'm going to work on these sweet potatoes. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, I didn't set a timer. Hey, you want to be my test subject? Hey, Google. I don't know why. I'm going to go 15 more minutes on that green bean casserole. It's just as liquidy as I'll get out. Keep blowing, but that is the best dressing I've ever made. And now I can't remember where the hell I got the cornbread recipe for. I'm trying. I want to say it was on one of these papers. No.
Potato. Hey.
Isn't that good? I've never made one that good. The seasonings are right. One thing I did do different.
Give me a plate.
One thing I did do different. Do you really want a little plate?
No, I'll go.
It called for poultry seasoning.
Yeah.
I don't have any. So I pulled this out. And I put this on it. I don't know if that's what made the flavor different. I don't know. I know it was my cornbread was much better. And now I don't remember what damn recipe I used. Lord have mercy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Yeah. Alright, you're going to get these out. See, I love these aprons like this. Like the Amish aprons. You can grab a wad of it because it's so long and tote hot pans. Yes, sir. All right. So now, whoa, wait for them to cool down. And I found, this is from, ain't no telling when, last year maybe? Had to have been last year, maybe the year before. Okay. Now maybe I see where they come. Oh, wow. This is fresh. I'm going to show you why. Right. We need to put it back in for 5 minutes. Hey Google, I don't know why she won't answer me, and that other time when I was singing, she kept blocking in. Please speak closer to the microphone. I did not understand you. Okay, Heinz, I put my sweet potato casserole in. In fact, I need to check on it. I've turned the oven off. Okay, they're not getting too brown. I might need to turn around. I almost dropped it. No, we aren't going to turn it around. I mean, Carol Beth would, I don't know what she'd do. She'd get on to her mama. That's the one thing she has talked about and talked about and talked about. Sweet potato casserole. So I can't let anything happen to it. Of course, I do have another bag of sweet potatoes. I didn't know if we were going to have company. I didn't know if we were going out. Everything was just kind of up in the air. But yeah, eating out was wonderful. And I've been able to take my time and, sorry if I'm buzzing around with y'all. I've been able to take my time. It's Sunday afternoon. It's quiet. Everybody's gone on their different ways. Carol Beth is in her room. FATMAN had to go to the neighbor's house to work on some kind of pipe. I don't know. This is rotisserie chicken he cut up. He cuts them up much better than I do. He actually gets slices. Yeah, he'll do slices. But he also leaves like the skin in there. I don't want skin and cartilage in my... See, that needs to be pulled off. Yeah, but I don't get on to him. I don't dare get on to him. Because I need him to do this job. You know what I'm saying? So that outside's almost too. Yeah, we're going to peel some of this off. That's bad. Nobody wants to eat that. There's cartilage. Nobody wants to eat that. So I gotta go in behind him and take off some. You know, I don't do every piece, but I try. Going along that way, it's fine. But it's where if it takes up the entire piece, yeah. I don't know, it gets crunchy or something. Anywho, we had a little fiasco. We had our neighbor, the one that Bo's gone to go help. I told him, I said, just go out the back door. It's the easiest way to get to him. He's out there piddling. And I told him on the concrete step, I said, you got to be careful getting off that. It's like a little stoop. It's not high enough to be really a step, but it's high enough that you'll fall. Does that make sense? And he got down okay, and then him and Bo were coming in, and all of a sudden I heard Bo go, "Oh, Mr. Buddy," and I go running in there, and he has fallen. His knees have hit that stoop. And I told Bo, I said, that really bothers me on, you know, how this is. I prefer, if you're going to do a stoop, build it longer or wider or both. Make like a little porch. And then go out with a stair or two. You know, he needs to build it up a little bit more to make it where we can have stairs. Does that make sense? I think I know what I'm talking about, but maybe I don't. How would you fix that if it's, you know, that big of a stoop? Like I said, I don't know if it's that it don't go far enough out. It's uneven ground when you land. That needs to be fixed. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. But, anywho, while I was waiting on my sweet potato casserole before I could take it out and put the marshmallows on it, guess what? This is my sink now. These are all clean. I've got the dishwasher going. So Big Mama made progress. It is clean. And how I've lost my mind enough to forget like the important stuff, like household stuff even. I asked FATMAN if he could make tea. And he came in here and, you know, he got his water going and he looked in the tea bag. This is, y'all have seen my thing. This is where we keep our tea bags once the box is open. Empty. So I told him, I said, well, start digging around in there. I know there's another box. There has to be. Guess what? There's not another box. We are complete. This house has never been out of tea bags. Oh my stars. He already had to make a emergency run for dog food. I wonder if I can just pop this in here. Maybe like that. Ooh, I dare not stick it. Okay, I'm just going to put it down there. I don't know whether to go ahead and eat without him or wait for him. I don't know how long it's going to take him to do what he's doing. I think he's over at Mr. Buddy's. He came and got a part or something. Anywho, me and Beth might go ahead and eat. It is 3:40. I have not had breakfast. I have not had lunch. This will be supper. You know, it's like brunch, but it's lunch and supper. It's supper. Anywho, what was I talking about? Mr. Buddy failed. We need to fix the stoop. What else? There was something else. Oh, I got all my casseroles done. Cleaned up the kitchen. Honestly, as bad as it was, it did not take me no time. And I was putting that off. So if you have that, you think it's a humongous job. Say if you've got dishes, like I did, just flowing out of the sink. They're all over the counter. They're all over like the stove. I mean, you got them everywhere. And you were like, you don't think you're procrastinating, but you keep putting it off. Oh, I'll do them once I get done with this. I'll do them once I get done with this. And that's how I was about my cooking. I'll do them once I get done with cooking everything, because I'm just going to keep adding to the pile. So I did. I waited until I was through. And I mean, I got to, honey, I packed that dishwasher like a school bus going to one school and all the kids ride. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, I couldn't come up with nothing better. That's as good as it gets this afternoon, and I hadn't had no food. We fixing to eat in a minute. Anywho, picture your kitchen is like that. Mine was like that. All total, seriously, me filling the dishwasher and washing these by hand, maybe 10 minutes. I am not kidding. 10 minutes. And then we're done. And I've been putting it off all day long. And I feel so much better now that they're done. Have y'all ever had a job like that where it was kind of like you're a frog and you put off doing it? And dishes, we all know that role. If you procrastinate about your dishes, what's going to happen? Your problem's going to grow and keep growing until you are completely out of dishes, you're out of forks, you're out of glasses, and your people, your tribe, your people, start informing you. We don't have a plate. I really need a plate. Go get a Scott towel. I haven't done them dishes. Have you ever had to do that? And then they're like, well, I can't put vegetables on a Scott towel. Mama, we ain't got no Scott towel. That's nearly how I felt today. I've been out of deodorant for a week, so I've been using FATMAN's. Yeah, we've been sharing. It's okay. I'm about ready to take this stuff out. My mouth, y'all. I am so sorry. Where's my cup? Okay. It keeps walking away. Yesterday, I think it's 40 ounce. If I'm not mistaken, I can't tip it upside down. I mean, you can barely see it. Anywho, I drank these and drank these and drank these yesterday. Amy told me, she said, you are going to have to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I want you to drink as much as you can tomorrow. Because they were, I think I told y'all that. They were supposed to send a saline bag and they did not. They sent one, not two. Anywho, where were we? I done got off track. Alright, here comes sweet potato casserole. Oh, honey, that looks so good. I was talking about being out of things. We're completely out of shampoo. I've never let that happen. We are completely out of tea bags. I mentioned that one. Lord Jesus, please don't let me drop anything. Okay. I forgot what else we're out of. It's a pretty good list. I mean, it's enough of a list that I'm going to have to go. I really and truly wanted to wait until like Thursday or Friday. You know, the beginning of the month. And I tried hard to eke out. He had to stop and get dog food. There is seriously not enough shampoo. And I'm like, well, okay, we'll use body wash. I looked. We do have body wash. My husband refused to smell like sweet peony and cherry blossoms. I've been smelling like a dude all week. Why can't he smell like cherry? Yeah, whatever I said. Yeah, why? And he was like, well, the dude smell on you isn't as bad as the girl smell on me. So I said, you hadn't even tried it. I did not really use this. I'm going to let it cool off. It is hot. Day is long. Okay, I've gotten everything out of the oven. If you don't have one of these, I recommend you get one. I got it from Walmart and they shipped it to me. No, maybe they put it in my order. They might have put it in my order. I honestly don't remember at this point. But honey, you want to talk about save the bottom of your oven or things overflow and spill. You can take that out instead of smelling it on your oven every time you use it until you clean it. I'm just saying. Alright, here is what our Thanksgiving meal looks like. Oh, I haven't done my rolls. I don't know if we'll need any for real. There's my dressing. Oh my stars. That man even agreed. That is the best dressing I've ever made. I think we finally decided it was the cornbread, because we all agreed that was the best cornbread I ever made. And it was from a white trash cookbook, Mrs. Pearl's cornbread, chicken cornbread dressing. I just didn't have the chicken. Green bean casserole we got off the back of all these French fried onion things. Here's that rotisserie chicken we picked up from Sam's. This is just part of it. And there is sweet tater casserole. My baby girl, that's all she wanted. That, now she's talking about the spritz cookies my grandmother used to make, the little German cookies. I'm going to get up with my sister and see if she wants to tag team to make some sweets this year. I don't know how long I could hold out doing it. I don't know how she could hold out long doing it. So maybe if we collaborated together and like one day we spend just all day doing spritz cookies, enough for her for the rest of the year, enough for me for the rest of the year, and do like Kimmy from She's in Her Apron. Hey Kimmy, I'm going to put your card up here, in your YouTube channel down here. I would love to just talk with you. I mean, that would be amazing. It really would. She's my hero. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, getting together and making batches. Like, one day we'll do all spritz cookies. That's my grandmother German's cookies. And then one day we'll do divinity. You gotta really watch the weather on that one though. One day, I don't know if either one of us could hold out to do Martha Washington candy. But oh, if we could, oh my stars and garters. If I could send y'all some, I would definitely send y'all some. Because that's a piece of heaven in your mouth right there. I ain't even kidding. Martha Washington knew what she was doing. Anywho, procrastination, that's what this is. But I don't want to procrastinate too long. I'm ready to eat. You ready to eat? I gotta put that chicken back in there. That's what we're waiting on. Okay, so until next time, be good, be sweet. Don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. Share, play nice with others. If you have a lot of leftovers, have you thought about maybe a Friendsgiving? Invite, you know, one or two. I thought about inviting the peacocks, but I need to see how much my heathens are going to eat this go round. I've got enough stuff to do everything again. Carol Beth was so cute when I was getting the marshmallows. And I told her, I said, well, we got one at home, but I think we need to buy a spare. That way, when I use that one for sweet potato casserole, we have another one that we could grab and use for whatever. Well, I think we need two more. That's what she said. And she come back to the buggy and she had two. And she said, they are both for emergencies. And I'm like, okay, Carol Beth. Do we have extra sweet potatoes? I'm like, yes, Carol Beth, we do. I think you're going to wind up having to make another sweet potato pie. I'm like, you do? I said, now this isn't pie, it's casserole. Mama, it's got marshmallows on it. It's good. I'm like, okay, I get you. So, yeah. Her marshmallows, did I show y'all that? I mean, you can't ask for a prettier top. I do need to, while my chicken's heating up, I need to get my cranberry sauce open and on the plate. I'm the only one that will eat it, but buddy, I tell you what, every bite of dressing that goes in my pie hole, and that's a lot of bites, everybody has to have a little bit of cranberry sauce with it. Oh yeah, that's what makes it. But this is good just by itself. And I also, one other thing that I changed and I think I told y'all when I was doing it, it called for, what did it call for? Chicken seasoning. It was something like chicken seasoning, and I didn't have that. I've got soul seasoning, and so I just sprinkled a little bit of this in there. Honey, let me tell you, a little bit goes a long way though. I over spiced something one night, and Carol Beth, we couldn't eat it. I mean, it was just too salty. I tried, I hung in there, I tried eating it because I didn't want to throw it away. I hate wasting food, but that was an emergency if you got to throw it away. There's no way you can eat this. Alright, so let me go, and again, be good, be sweet. Have a blessed Thanksgiving if you haven't had it already. Yeah, Thanksgiving has done come and gone here, but we're having it today. It's Sunday, Thanksgiving. There you go. We ought to be thankful every day. I mean, for real. On Thanksgiving, you're breathing the same air. Well, no, not the same. You know, I don't want any, you know, if there are any, what do you call them? Anywho, don't get on to me because I'm wrong. And I can't even. Bless their heart. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I can say is bless their heart. Anywho, bye y'all.